Well, a slab elevation is exactly what it says. Excavating underneath the house, pushing pilings, and raising the entire slab of a house. A pier elevation is a house that sits on, it's a pier and beam house that sits on individual piers. In that style house, you have to actually shoot steel underneath the property, set your cribbing underneath that steel, and raise the house. A raised basement style house is your oldest traditional New Orleans style house, which the first floor was not ever designed to be lived in. So what that is we will take the second floor of the house and the first floor, which is supposed to be a basement, raise the walls of the basement, the second floor of the house, elevate it, build a new foundation system, new subfloor, and then set that framing down on that new system. As far as a slab separation, again, that's exactly what it sounds like. In a slab separation, you actually take the framing off of the slab, raise the framing only, build piers, new subfloor, and then set the framing back down on the structure.
How long does the homeowner actually stay out of the house while all of this is going on?
Usually 1 to 3 days. House goes up in a day, homeowner's out for that evening. Next day, plumbing gets reconnected, electrical gets reconnected, and they're back in the house.
The program even includes your hotel stay, along with your living expenses throughout the duration of your house being elevated.
My job is to take the customers and put them in the hotel that is normally close to their home so they feel comfortable, so they can watch the process of their house being lifted. I make sure that the accommodations are taken care of, so they basically just walk in and everything is done, easy sailing.
So bottom line, when Roubion elevates a homeowner is getting what?
You're getting the Roubion experience.
Roubion, you are getting experience, and experience is a must. We had the first unified jacking system in the 80s, which, we use still to this day. You have a lot of companies that have come here just recently that only just started to try and use these unified systems, where they're actually calling us in order to help them raise houses.
It's something that you don't gain the knowledge of to elevate a house in 1, 2, 3 days, or even 3 or 4 years.
All right, Justin, Ken and Dennis Jr. just took us through the whole elevation process. Now we're at my favorite part, really, and that's the finishing touches, the beautification process, and that's really your specialty.
I basically take over from the house once it's been raised, from that midpoint to the finish.
For the beautification aspect, it's really a homeowner's choice on that. People do stucco finishes, split face block finish. We had one house where people wanted tile across the whole entire bottom section as well.
Steps, porches, plumbing, electrical, and that goes into landscaping as well.
We specialize in the slab separation technique, where we cut the interior side of that garage, lower it down, pour a new slab underneath it, do another CMU wall with a stucco finish on the inside. And in doing that, it also gives you more storage space and more headroom throughout the whole entire garage section. Another benefit to the garage separation is that you don't have to have that steep ramp. A lot of homeowners don't want that.
Why did you guys choose Roubion?
I was told my house could never be elevated.
In the end, we got it our way, and our concerns were first and foremost.
Have you received a request for action letter from HMGP? If so, call Roubion Shoring now. Roubion Shoring's in-house mitigation team's fast-track process can move you closer to completion. Call the Roubion Home Raising Hotline 269-9909.
Why did you make the decision to go ultimately with Roubion?
Well, to me, Roubion was the best company out there. They've been in business over 100 years, and to me, they were super professional.
Flooding was always on your mind before you elevated. So what is it like now that you've gone up several feet?
Well, for 3 years, we lived really stressed every time it rained. I'll tell you what, the peace of mind they've given me, I couldn't ask for more. My house was a miracle house. They elevated a house that no other company in this city would actually elevate. I was told my house could never be elevated because of the way the slabs were poured, because of the way it was built. And when Roubion came out and looked at my home, they just didn't hesitate. They said they could do it, and they did a beautiful job. It's changed the looks of the house. It's made it from a little simple house to a beautiful, beautiful, elegant house.
We're Steve and Sharon Goodson. We live in Uptown New Orleans. Our business is that we manufacture saxophones for clients all over the world, and we have a rather unique 125-year-old house with a lot of historical features that we were very intent on preserving. Hurricane Katrina, our entire foundation was washed away.
This is a 125-year-old historic Victorian home. And we hired a structural engineer because the damage was so massive to look at our bids and also inspect any work that was going to be done. He chose Roubion based on their proposal and their design of what they were going to do to bring back the structural integrity to the house. Also, we felt highly confident because Dennis Roubion is an engineer. So we knew that he was looking at it from a technical point of view. The structural engineer inspected the work, came out twice during the process, and also inspected it at the end and said the job was perfect. They were fully cognizant of the fact that we had antique marble mosaics inside and antique tiles in the kitchen, and they understood our concern that they not be cracked or damaged in any way.
They were incredibly sensitive to our needs. It was really a custom job for us, and that was one of the really great things about working with them, was that it wasn't a one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter thing.
We were always also happy with Roubion's because they offered us a lifetime warranty. We lost our wood porch in Katrina, and he designed this concrete porch because I was over with termites. And he designed it to accommodate for the plumbing for the fountain and the electrical for our lamp posts.
In the end, we got it our way, and our concerns were first and foremost.
I had a nephew who worked for Sewage and Water Board, and he was working and he was on a boat, and he called us and told us, "I'm on top of your roof. The water is that high." We just had planned not to come back. And we had the flooding in 2009. That really was the straw that broke the camel's back. And therefore we started seeking a reputable shoring company.
So why did you guys choose Roubion?
We felt that they were, first of all, trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
They've been around for over 100 years. When they actually started the elevation process, and we had, most of the companies that we had heard were saying you had to be out for a week, 2 weeks. And we even had a friend of ours who was out like, about a month. So we didn't want to, we did not want to go through that kind of hassle. And Roubion's company, when they came out, we were only out of our home for 2 days. When we left on that Friday, everything was intact. When we returned on that Saturday, everything was just like normal.
So the whole process took
The whole process was a whole weekend, and that was like a
mini vacation.
A mini vacation
Right.
for us. If you had questions,
Right.
they were able to have personnel there that could answer your questions, and no question sounded stupid to them. They did all of the paperwork. They made contact with the insurance company for us, and got the ball rolling as far as funding is concerned. At the end of the day, we feel that we've gotten the best for our money.
Before, like if there was heavy rain by our house, the street was back up with water, it was coming to back our house. And now it's elevated, don't have to worry about that anymore. So I'm very pleased with that.
We're both very
pleased.
And I think our families are very, all our families and friends.
Yes.
We tell them, if you're going to get your home elevated, go to Roubion.
Will the lifetime transferable warranty on your elevated home be for the lifetime of the contractor or the lifetime of your home? Go with Roubion Shoring and get a warranty already older than 2 lifetimes. Call Roubion Shoring 269-9909.
Roubion Construction has been successfully repairing foundations, shoring, elevating, and leveling homes in our area for over 100 years. A new funding program is now available to all road home participants. You may qualify to receive up to $100,000 towards elevating your home at no out-of-pocket expenses to you. Get your home raised for free.
Get your lifetime warranty from a company that's been here more than a lifetime.
Call Roubion to learn more at 504-269-9909. That's 504-269-9909.
What is it that separates Roubion from all the other shoring and elevation companies out there?
I'd say what separates us from everybody else is the family history, the pride. We know what we're dealing with in this city. We've been pushing pilings, we've been elevating houses, moving structures in this city for over 100 years. We have a vested interest in New Orleans. You know, we are New Orleans.
You know, most rewarding part about all this to me is, you know, being able to go through all of this with my family and also have customers at the end of the day be extremely satisfied.
What we're trying to do here is take somebody's most valued investment and bring it up to a safe condition. And in order to do that properly, you have to have the proper equipment. That's something that we've had for years. We use the latest technology. Safety is the #1 thing that we strive for on our jobs.
Roubion's here through the whole process, from beginning to end. From the paperwork all the way till the certificate of occupancy, which puts the homeowner back in the house.
We're a large company with a small-time feel. We're very personable with our clientele. People are working directly with the owners of the company.
You feel good when you come home?
I feel great.
The people in the neighborhood and in the area come by to compliment how beautiful the house looks, because they're also amazed that the house was elevated because they didn't think it could ever be raised. But they really did a beautiful job.
You're getting years and years of training and passed down information on how to properly elevate a home safely and in the best way possible.
At the end of the day, it really does take a team, a well-oiled machine to make all of this work right for the customer.
That's right, and everybody has to trust that each person is doing their job. That's what makes this work.
It's wonderful to be able to pass on a business that you put your heart and soul in, and your kids have that same drive.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that's been in our family for a long time, and you know, we intend to make sure that we continue to do this for a long time. One house at a time to raise New Orleans.
You gotta love the Roubion family. You know, it's been a great show, Catherine.
It has, Ken. And for more information on anything that you saw during today's show, just give the Roubion team a call. We're told operators are standing by, or you can go online anytime at RoubionInc.com.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
And we'll see you next time here on Louisiana Leaders.